The last session is on capacity building initiatives at the subnational level, the Philippine setting. Let me introduce the Philippine Statistical Research and Training Institute, or PSRTI. We are the research and training arm of the Philippine Statistical System, or PSS. And who are part of the PSS? These are from the local government units up to the national government agencies. We are also an attached agency of NEDA, and that is only for policy formulation purposes. Basically, the mandate of PSRTI is to conduct high quality, objective, and responsive statistical research and training for the improvement of the quality of statistical information generated by the Philippine statistical system. PSRTI has been in existence for 34 years, providing capacity building for both research and training. For research, we prioritize concerns of the Philippine Development Plan as well as achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. For training, we offer 36 unique capability building courses, and these are on statistical data management, statistical analysis, statistical modeling, sampling and survey design, special topics in statistics, and dissemination of statistics. And right now, we are also adding to our training courses cost-benefit analysis, experimental design, as well as advanced topics in regression. Now, why is PSRTI providing capacity building initiatives at the subnational level? There are actually two laws addressing the subnational, and these are the Community-Based Monitoring Act, or Republic Act 11315, and the Mandanas Ruling, Executive Order Number 138. The Community-Based Monitoring Act is an adoption of a community-based monitoring system which generated updated disaggregated data that are necessary in terms of what? Targeting beneficiaries, conducting more comprehensive poverty analysis and needs prioritization, designing appropriate policies and interventions, and monitoring impact over time. On the other hand, the Bandanas ruling is the full devolution of certain functions of the executive branch to local governments to improve service delivery through enhanced decentralization. And thus, because of these two laws, we have actually two programs or projects, and these are operationalizing CD 4.0 in the Philippines, strengthening gender statistics for subnational SDG monitoring, and enhancing capacity building programs through partnership and collaboration. Let me discuss the paper on operationalizing CD 4.0 in the Philippines, strengthening gender statistics for subnational SDG monitoring. This project is actually a collaboration among three agencies: the PSRTI, the Philippine Statistics Authority, and Paris 21. And the objective is actually to illustrate the use of the CD 4.0 in capacity development for subnational statistical systems with focus on gender statistics. Now, what is the Capacity Development 4.0 Framework Matrix of Paris 21? Paris 21 is actually partnership in statistics for development in the 21st century, and they are based in France. And here, for the CD4 framework matrix, there are actually three levels of capacity development, and these are individual, organizational, and system. And for each of the three levels in the CD 4.0 framework matrix, there are 5 target areas for capacity development. And these are resources, skills and knowledge, management, politics and power, and incentives. And since our objective is to give focus on gender statistics to support strengthening subnational statistical systems for the community-based monitoring system and sustainable development goals, PSRTI pre-selected the following capability areas of CD 4.0 for the pilot project. So at the individual level, we selected technical skills, leadership, and career expectations and development. For the organizational level, we selected statistical production processes, innovation, and communication. And for the system level, we selected existing data, data literacy, and relationship between producers. The CD 4.0 approach contributes to a more long-term and sustained capacity development because it includes not just the traditional focus on individuals, but also the inclusion of the organization and the whole system. The project was launched virtually on July 2, 2020, and we focus on a particular province of the country, and that is Bataan. And from Bataan, we considered actually three areas, and these are Dinalupihan, a first level municipality, Samal, a fourth level municipality, and the city of Balanga, a fourth level city. And for the first one, phase one of our project, we conducted a capacity and training needs assessment of the three areas. So this is needed for the development of the training modules that will be provided to the three pilot areas. So we conducted a virtual capacity and training needs assessment using the CD 4.0 framework. The capacity assessment enabled the project team to firstly assess systemic and organizational capacity gaps, while the training needs assessment focused on the individual capacities of the LGU staff and management. Now, what are the key results of the capacity and training needs assessment? Let's begin with the system level. There were several legislation and policies that were provided in the subnational statistical systems with mandates and roadmaps for gender statistics. And these are the Local Development Plan or Comprehensive Development Plan, Gender and Development Plan, Philippine Development Plan and Regional Development Plan, Magna Carta of Women, and the Community-Based Monitoring System. There were also criteria set by local government units for inclusion of gender statistics in their budgets. There are also technical, financial, and other assistance from donors. However, there is no dedicated budget for gender statistics. There were also several development and statistical plans with clear roadmaps for data, including gender statistics, from the national level to the local level. There were relationships and collaborations with partner agencies and stakeholders in the data value chain, but it needs more strengthening. There is also stakeholder interest on gender equality as a policy priority, and there is strong political support for gender statistics as well as its dissemination. Now, what are the key results for the organizational level? We have designated gender and development focal persons. As for their resources, they have computers, printers, and desk space. For staff involvement, they have data planning, data collection, and dissemination, but they have less involvement in statistics production and tabulation, data use and resource generation, and they need to put in place quality assurance as well as innovations. The LGU websites have data but need more gender statistics. Priority indicators are also part of their comprehensive development plans. And as for their officials and staff, they are provided with trainings. They are members in professional associations, and they get to attend conferences. Now, how about key results on the individual level? Majority of the staff have a bachelor's degree and a number with higher degrees. For data management, they use mainly Excel. And for the skills of technical staff involving the data value chain, their skills are varied. Others are with knowledge and skills. Others need training. The target group of participants actually are GAD focal persons and sectoral staff. And the gender and development focal persons are the ones implementing the LGU's GAD action plan. And they are also catalyzing, coordinating, providing direction, and monitoring programs and projects on women, gender, and development concerns. As for the gender statistics focal persons, they manage the collection and production of databases that produce gender statistics. So, what were the recommendations for the pilot modules from the different areas of the three LGUs? They wanted us to use the CBMS, administrative, census, and survey data for the trainings. For the webinar on gender statistics for policy making, they find this vital as a first capacity development activity. The training on data management should inform participants of the different phases of the statistical production processes, focusing on gender statistics, and individual participants in capacity development should be exposed to gender statistics use with the use of software. Also, webinar and trainings on data management and data visualization should be promoted for career development and leadership roles on use of gender statistics and CBMS for policy and decision making. So, given those recommendations, three modules were developed, and this is already the phase two of the project, which is the design and development of the training modules. And these are on the importance of gender statistics in policy making, data production and management for gender statistics, and data visualization using infographics. And the first module is seminar number 1, the importance of gender statistics in policymaking, and it was conducted last November 5, 2020. And these were the topics included in the first seminar, and these were the participants. And seminar number 2 is on data production and management for gender statistics, held last November 17 to 19, 2020. And these were the topics included in the seminar. And these were the participants. And the last seminar was on data visualization using infographics, conducted last November 24 to 26, 2020. And these were the topics included. And these were the participants of that seminar. Phase 3 of this project is the evaluation of training modules and dissemination of lessons learned. And in the evaluation, these were some of the questions that were asked: whether the objectives of the course were met, how useful was the seminar, and what do they think of the duration of the whole course, and how do they feel about the distribution of time for lecture, workshop, and discussions. We also gave them a pre-test and post-test, and for the data production and management, the mean scores of the participants for the pre-test was 15, the post-test is 19.2, and the total score is 20. For the data visualization, the mean scores for the pre-test is 10.2, and for the post-test, it is 19.9. The evaluation was given as very highly satisfied by the participants. and they were all very happy with the conduct of the three seminars. So actually, the project successfully illustrated the use of the CD 4.0 at the subnational level. The main recommendation is for CD 4.0 to be used by the Philippine Statistics Authority and the PSRTI in the capacity development plan for the community-based monitoring system. So that ends my presentation, and I would like to thank everyone for listening.